Hello everyone, my name is Suki. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Here we're all about empowering you to win and to live a successful life holistically through relevant knowledge and wisdom bites. So, as we have said many times and will say yet again, the prosperity, wealth, and abundance is governed by laws. And the rich are rich because they directly or indirectly, knowingly or unknowingly, they practice certain laws. And in the adherence to these laws is what results in the end results of their wealth and abundance. And the poor are poor because, again, two reasons. Number one, they violate the laws of prosperity, they violate the laws of wealth, and also they adhere to the laws of poverty. Now, that might surprise you. I did not know this before, but to even remain poor, it means we have to exercise certain laws, which is what I'll be talking about first of all. Can you imagine that? So it's one thing to not even follow the laws of wealth and abundance. It's another thing entirely to now be loyal to the laws of poverty. You see, so for many of us, help is even coming now. Strong light is coming now, and we're going to be helped by these teachings. So the first law we want to examine of the law of poverty, the law of being broke, the law of lack, is what I call the law of ignorance. The law of ignorance. To cut the long story short, you are the mercy of what you know. Your possibilities in life, your outcomes, your progress in life is in direct proportion, in correlation to what you know and how you use what you know. In the same way, the reason why a person lives a life that is limited, lives a life that is contained, lives a life that is in frustration is simply because of lack of knowledge, or in other words, ignorance. What we do not know has been the cause of many financial frustrations, has been the cause of many issues financially, has been the cause of direct dealings with what we call lack, what we call poverty. So, what does it mean to be ignorant or to activate the laws of ignorance? This is a person that has determined not to seek for knowledge. You know, the reason why people become wealthy is because they are applying what they know. And these things that they know, it did not jump on them. It didn't just come to them randomly. No, they went in search for it. They pursued knowledge. They pursued relevant knowledge. And it's in the pursuing of that knowledge that they were able to find key things about their businesses or business ideas and then apply these things, and they began to work in prosperity, they began to work in wealth. So number one is the lack of relevant knowledge, lack of acute needed knowledge to rise. Number two is failure of understanding of the times and seasons. Many of us are still living 50 years ago, others 100 years ago. Let me give an example. There was a time when in America, we had what we call mass production, where like Henry Ford, for example, they'll produce cars in air mass, and it was all standardized. They'll produce the same cars 10,000 times. And so back in those days, the demand of a worker was just very monotonous. All you do is to go to the factory, do the same thing, and that's all. So workers were needed because at that time, the economy was what we call a mass producing economy. But as the world began to evolve and the world began to change, we went into what we call mass customization. And so, again, using Henry Ford and Ford cars, for example, it was no longer just the same standardized type of cars, but now the cars had different models. Some cars were more luxurious, some cars were more basic. So at this point, it was not just producing the same thing over repeatedly, but now intellect was now engaged, creativity was engaged, and different things were engaged. Now we live in a world now where it's service-based, predominantly service-based. So we have gone from mass production to mass customization to now service-based. So if you still come with a mindset of mass production, you're going to lose out on this earth. You're going to lose out on the opportunities in this life. Why? Because you're failing to understand the times that we're in. So number one, like we said earlier, lack of knowledge, lack of the relevant knowledge needed. Number two is also lack of understanding. Another thing I want to mention with this law of ignorance is that we have also failed to acquire what we call mentors. You know, it's such a blessing to have people that have gone ahead of you in your field, what you want to do. And because the reason why we have these people is that they can show us the way, they can cut short our journey. There are many mistakes that they have made, and these mistakes can be corrected in your own lives just by learning from them. Like we always give an example. How do you make wine? To make wine is not easy. You take one grape, you press it, you take another grape, you press it. You do this process over 1,000 times, 10,000, 10,000s of times. And then once you've liquidate, because it has become liquid, then you now let it ferment and it becomes a fine wine. In the same way, having a mentor, someone ahead of you, is like drinking fine wine. You are able to take all their process, all their mistakes, all their sweat, all their hardship, all their trials and error. You're able to take it and then run with speed. You don't need to go and step on grapes anymore. Why? Because you have the wine right in front of you. So in the same way, mentors help you go further. Now, many are saying, but sir, or Suki, I don't have a mentor. Nobody wants to talk to me. Can I tell you something? In this day and age, especially this age of the digital age, your mentor does not have to be someone you know physically. Your mentor is online. I can tell you categorically that I have 20 mentors at least that do not know me. I've never spoken to them. Probably some of them I may never speak to. But guess what? They have mentored me by their books. They have mentored me by their videos. They have mentored me by their stories. So people I do not know have become my mentors. Why? Because within the internet, I have access to many people. So I just want to encourage us now that truly ignorance is not an excuse, but we must look for mentors. If you have the privilege of having physical mentors, then let me give you a tip as well. Please, when you have people that can bless you, don't ask for money. That's one of, in fact, we're going to be learning that much later. But when you meet a strategic relationship, a person that can stand in the position as a mentor or a helper, one of the biggest mistakes we make is that we just initially say, what can I get from them? How can I benefit from them? When you ask them for money, you are going to close. They may give you the money out of sentiment and just their good-heartedness, but you ensure that you have closed that door of opportunity with them for life. So when you meet a mentor, the first thing you must do, how can I contribute value? How can I be a solution? Let me give you a secret. Every great person has a desire. Every great person has a need. If you can find the need and you can meet the need, you become relevant in their life. They are used to being blessings to others, but can you strategically, by studying them, studying who they are, find out what is the thing they need? What value can I contribute to them that can make them even better or make them more comfortable? Once you can find that, then you are on your way to building a relationship with them for them to be able to follow up with you and mentor you. So just by way of recap again, we mentioned three things. Number one, ignorance is based on lack of knowledge, lack of relevant knowledge. What do you not know about your field? What do you not know about business? What do you not know about your career path? What do you not know about finances? This is why we read books. Again, this not to go ahead of myself, but one of the things we're going to be doing on this channel, we're going to be doing a lot of book reviews, strategic book reviews, books on wealth, books on prosperity, because again, you are the mercy of what you know and how you apply what you know. So what I don't know is the reason why I'm where I am right now. So knowledge, relevant knowledge, number one. Number two, understanding of the times, not just the times, but understanding of your field. You are in the engineering field. What do you understand about the engineering market right now? What do you understand about the industry? Has the industry evolved over the last 50 years? Have you been able to be right on top of the cutting edge of where your industry is? So understanding of the field. And then number three, lack of mentors in your relevant field of enterprise. So this is the first law of poverty. And it's surprisingly sad that many of us, we are loyal to this law. Many of us, we stay ignorant. We stay without searching and looking for relevant knowledge that will help us. And we wonder why our lives still struggling in the area of finances. This is a major area. So like we said earlier, we're not just answering why am I broke, but in the answer, we're finding solutions. We're seeing the gaps, we're seeing the limitations in our understanding and bringing light, bringing knowledge, bringing teachings that are edifying to help us so that we can do better. So the first law that we have adhered to, that we're going to promise ourselves that we'll violate from today, is the law of ignorance. So somebody are making a promise to yourself that moving forward, I will not be ignorant anymore. I will pay the price to gain knowledge. I will pay the price to find mentors. I will pay the price to understand my economy, understand my nation, understand my field, and gain mastery in all of these things. And as we do so, you'll begin to watch your life turn around. I hope you enjoyed the video. Just also want to encourage you to please go ahead and like, subscribe, and share, because that also encourages me to put out more of this content, because I know that it means it's impactful and you're learning from it. Thank you.